Hello, beautiful Virgo, and welcome to your general guidance. And this is for the Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or cross watching. It's tea and tarot time with Julie. Grab yourself a cuppa. I got half a cup of tea here. You do you. You get whatever you want. Put your feet up. Get yourself comfy. This is your time for you. So let's have a little look what we have got going on for my fellow Virgos. All right, my beautiful people. This is a timeless reading. I'm recording it on the 3rd of August, but it is for whenever you find it and whenever it resonates with you and for you. Okay. All right. We've got the Knight of Wands, the Page of Coins, and the Nine of Cups. Strength. Five of Cups in the center of your reading. Ace of Wands. Wow. Okay. Temperance, the Three of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. All right, so we've got two knights here leading from one through to the other. Right, major arcana, strength and temperance. You're in this rebalancing, healing space, but you're having to be quite strong about it. Now, you're good at that. You can do that. All right, now, what else do we want? We want an energy oracle. And we want an affirmation card. Okay, we're going to pull this apart and see what is going on for you. All right, man holding a coin. Wow, and man holding a heart. Okay, right, don't worry about the gender, male or female here. This is about the money, yes, but it needs to come from the heart and not from desperation. It has to feel right. Okay, right, this is your affirmation, and my deck's upside down. This is from Hoping to Having affirmation cards. Abundance. I am abundant. Money flows easily and readily to me now. Okay, well, when we put these together, there's a strong emphasis here that you are wanting to be safe, secure, stable, but we want the heart to be connected too. Let's look at it then together. So what are we talking about here? This abundance. Right, July and that Mercury retrograde for certainly for myself and for a lot of people, regardless of the star sign, it was quite challenging. And for my Virgos, it could well have been a little bit more so because we're Mercury led, so we feel it more than most. So during that retrograde, it feels as if you've been going through a reevaluation as the review, reset, all that with Mercury, and realizing that perhaps your foundation isn't as solid as you want it to be, as secure, as safe, or indeed it might be very solid, but it's not fitting who you are now. And so you may be saying, do you know what, I've changed and that isn't working for me and I need to make some changes. And so that's why we've got the strength card coming in here, right? And especially because we've got the temperance underneath it, which is about balance. And Virgos were often out of balance, work too hard, do too much. And so you're looking at it and saying, is this actually working for me? Right, we're going to make some changes, but it's linking in with this abundance. So we want to be abundant, but at the same time, we want to make sure our heart is receiving what we need. Right, it's 45, that's a 9. Nines are nearly there, all right? So you're looking at this. Now, this might be romantic, but it absolutely doesn't have to be. This is about, is my heart engaged in life, in living? Am I living from the heart, or am I living just from the head in terms of, oh, well, the money's there, so that's all that matters? And you begin to realize, no, it's not. It's not enough. It needs more. I need more than that. I want to connect. I want my heart to connect, whether that is with an individual person romantically, whether that is with friends, family, connections, groups. You're needing your heart to get involved here. But the money is here. Man holding a coin, 43, that's a 7. Sevens are very spiritual and it's very grounded. And we're saying, right, I do want to make sure the money is safe and secure, but I need it to come from the heart. So we're rebalancing. We're rebalancing. So let's look at it then. Okay. In the center of your reading, you've got the Five of Cups. Now, this is a card of disappointment and upset and grief and loss. Now, it's kind of a bittersweet loss. This is something you want. We've got the Nine of Cups. I'm making changes, I'm making shifts to get my balance. It is something I want, Nine of Cups, but it also can feel quite sad. But underneath it's the Three of Cups, which is a celebration. So it seems like, well, is it good? Is it bad? That's why I say I feel this is bittersweet. Perhaps you've decided that you're leaving that job and you're going to be sad about it. There's people that you care about. You've enjoyed the job, but it's time to move on. Or leaving a home, and perhaps a home you've put a lot of work into. And so it feels sad to go. But at the same time, the heart is leading this to get back into balance if the balance has been off. So let's look at it then. We've got the Knight of Wands with the Strength and the Temperance. Now, the Knight of Wands is a very fast energy and sometimes a bit too fast, going charging in. Off he goes, charging in. Right, so I'm doing this and I'm doing it now. And you're not giving yourself time for hesitation. You're not, it's like, no, I've waited long enough. I'm doing this. This is happening. And so, bang, you're going charging in. Whatever this is for you, whether this is romantic, whatever the circumstances for you, you're saying, I'm making this happen. I have to take action on this. Right. Okay. They're just giving me energy being low, motivation being low, being tired, all of those things, and saying, I'm making changes. That's it. Job done. No hesitation here. I'm looking at the money and I'm looking at where my heart is and I'm looking at my connections and I'm saying, I'm making changes. Right. But it's going to take some strength. It's going to take some perseverance and it's going to take some courage, because whatever it is that you're doing, it can be a bit hairy scary. It's like, oh God, have I got the strength to do this? Especially if you've been feeling depleted, exhausted, drained, out of balance. When I see the Temperance card, for me, this is saying we need some balance, we need some healing. It's the major arcana equivalent of the Two of Coins. That card of like up and down, all over the place, trying to find my balance. So Temperance comes in to say, right, let's get this balance sorted out. Whether that is within your energy and motivation to pull you back into the light, if you've been feeling flat and demotivated, to get that mojo back, whether that is that you've been working too hard and now we need to slow down, whether it's that you've been in hermit mode and too isolated and now we need connections, we're working to get that balance. And the Temperance is also a healing card because it's it's been an interesting few months, shall we say, all right? And many of us are in that space of, I need to heal from this now. I need to heal and I need to step into my strength to be able to create now what I want to create. So I'm opening up to these opportunities. The Page of Coins here, creating new opportunities for your own sense of luck. Okay, now when I say luck, I don't personally believe in luck. I believe in manifesting, and we make our own luck, and that's what she's doing here. All right, rabbits signify luck, a lucky time, but the Page here of Coins is creating those opportunities for greater stability, money, security, anything that's grounded. I'm opening up to these opportunities. Now, that might be a new job, that might be a relocation, that might be a new a love interest romantically, but it could also be creating the opportunities within existing relationships. So let's look at what we've got underneath. That Five of Cups is saying that this is regrets. Regrets really are a waste of time. Take the learning, acknowledge I can feel sad about this. I can mourn the loss of something I'm moving on from, but I don't want to get stuck there. She's got her 3 cups and 2 are spilt, and she's evaluating. And I feel that this is what's been going on over the last, certainly the last month or so, a lot of reevaluation and a lot of aha moments that may well have left you a little bit reeling about, that's not what I thought it was. It's disappointing. I thought this was going to be much more fulfilling than it is. This can be predominantly, this is a card of loss, right? So losing a job, losing a relationship, losing mm, a belief that this works, and then actually you realize no it doesn't, and there is that realization. I feel that this is what you've been going through rather than you stepping into it, and so it's because of that that you're saying, well, do you know what, damn it, this isn't working for me, I've got to make changes. And that's why we've got that Knight of Wands. Once you make your mind up, boof, you're away. All right, you're doing it. And so you have the card of the 3 of Cups, the celebration. This is a good card. It's a very positive card, and it's a card of connections. So if you've been in hermit mode forever and a day and feeling isolated and perhaps lonely, it's good for us to spend a certain amount of time by ourselves working things out. And as Virgos, we do tend to need a fair bit of time on our own, but this is now time to connect with others, to reach out, to get out of the hermit mode, to get the balance of, I don't want to spend 24/7 with other people, but equally I don't want to spend zero time with other people. Where is the sweet spot for me? And that's what you're working out. And then you're moving towards it. With the 9 of Cups, this is my wish, this is the dream, this is what I'm looking for. All right, and you're creating those opportunities. If we look at that top row with the Knight of Wands to the Page of Coins and then the 9 of Cups, you're taking action on your power, your mojo, your I'm making this happen, determined energy to create those opportunities then to lead you to the 9 of Cups, whatever that is for you. Your 9 of Cups, your wish fulfilled, could be a job that is beautifully balanced that you really enjoy. It could be a wonderful close relationship with a partner or family or friends. It could be that the dream home that isn't necessarily the biggest, the flashiest, the most expensive, but it's the one that brings you the balance. You are creating that now, and then it happens. The Ace of Wands comes in. Now, the Knight of Wands is taking action on that. All right, wands can be career. It's anything that is to do with you feeling that you're alive rather than just surviving. And so it's coming in. The Ace of Wands is coming. I'm feeling about 3 weeks on this. From wherever you find this reading and it resonates, that it feels that that new beginning, whether it's the job, the home, the relationship, the new friend, it's on its way. And we've got the 9 of Cups underneath, which is that offer. The offer is coming in that's going to make you happy. This could be a romantic offer. Somebody wants to date you, take you out. This could be a job offer. It's an offer coming your way, but it's that you've created it from that place of, I am making this happen. And whatever this offer is, because we've got the man holding a coin and the man holding a heart, because of these two, you are going to create here the stability you want financially. You're going to create the world and life that is stable and secure and that your heart is happy with. This is more than just the money and it's stable, so that's enough. It's like, no, I want to love it. I want, if this is a home, if this is a job, if this is a new friend, I want to love this, right? So my heart is there, ready to engage. Okay, so they're saying, we tend to think of engagement and heart as all to do with romance, and it absolutely can be. But we can get engaged to a job, to a home, to a community, to a group. It's like, I'm engaging with this and it feels right and it feels good. My heart is engaging. I'm not just on the outside looking in detached. I'm actually connecting here. I'm connecting. It's strong for you. And it's beautiful. Let's find out some more. I'm going to use the Light Seers Tarot. All right, let's find out more about this Five of Cups. So there is some grief about this. There is some upset, but this is something you really want. Here's the Nine of Cups again. The Nine of Cups is coming in with the Emperor and Temperance again. Right, so this is the universe saying I meant what I said. When they give you the same cards twice, they're like, this is what it's about. The Nine of Cups is the wish, the dream, right? You have been working out over the last few weeks or few months. What is it that you really want now? What you did want 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Are you still that person? Does it still fit? Does it still work? For a lot of you, no, it isn't. No, it doesn't. It's time for something new. So I've created a new dream, a new goal, a new wish. And it's bittersweet because I'm sad to walk away with that Five of Cups from the old, all right? That you're doing it from a place of power for the Emperor. Now, fours are about your foundations, your structures being solid and stable and secure. And the Emperor is saying, this is me now taking my power to move forward into a new way, a new place, a new beginning. That is, with the Temperance card, all about the balance. I want it to be fair and just. I'm ready to heal. Perhaps I've been in hermit mode while I've been healing, and now I'm healed and I'm ready to come out of my hermit mode. But I'm doing it from a place of power and empowerment. I'm doing it because it feels right. I'm doing it because I can, because my heart is saying this is what I need to do. So this is absolutely meant to be. But I do feel here with that Five of Cups that it's bittersweet. You're going to be sad to leave that home or that job, or perhaps for some of you this can be leaving a long-term relationship and say, look, we've grown apart and it's not working for me anymore. And it's not working for you. If it's not working for me, it's not working for you either. And it's that kind of thing. It takes two to make a relationship work. And once one of you wants out, then it's done. Okay. So the Five of Cups can be, this is sad that we're going our separate ways, but it's right. It's time. And this is actually what feels in my heart right to do. And I will be okay. I will have the security here. I will have enough. And I am trusting. There's no fear here. The Five of Cups isn't a fearful card. It's a sad card. I'm sad that this marriage is over. It is sad. We thought we'd last forever and we haven't. I'm sad that this job is done. I'm sad that this home isn't for me anymore. I put a lot of work into it, but it's time for me now to create a new dream, the Nine of Cups, a new goal. So can you tell me more about the Nine of Cups? What is this dream? Because it's come out twice. Obviously, it's about balance. We want the dream to give us a life that's more balanced. And that could be more financially balanced because we've got the man holding a coin and the Emperor. Page of Wands, the High Priestess, and the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so you are creating this. You are absolutely creating this. The Page of Wands, you've got the Knight of Wands as well. This is you in your power to say, I am creating magic. I am creating opportunities for the new beginning, but I am listening to my intuition. The High Priestess is saying, listen to your gut, listen to what your heart is saying. Allow your true feelings to come up, to come out, and to guide you. Look for the inspiration. Listen to the heart. Ask your higher self, where am I going? What is this dream? What is this goal? Thank you for showing me the way. And then you're doing the work to make it happen. The Eight of Pentacles. This is the worker card. So, change that we are creating this new beginning with the Ace of Wands. It takes effort. But we've got the strength to do it. We've got the resilience to do it. If we're moving house, it's a lot of work to do that. A lot of paperwork and a lot of physical work. If we're changing jobs, again, a lot of paperwork and a lot of hours of studying the new company, the new job. If you're Oh, okay, that's coming in strong. Some of you are stepping into starting your own business, starting your own companies, going self-employed, doing it your way. Emperor, doing it your way. It's going to be a lot of work. I've got to create a website. I've got to create my services, my whatever I'm doing, selling. There's a lot of work, but it feels right to do this. And I'm going to put the work in and I'm going to make it happen. So let's find out some more. Oh, exciting, Virgo. Tell me more. Remembering with this, with the Emperor and the High Priestess, you are doing this from a place of power to give yourself a better life. Now, that's not necessarily bigger, brighter, more expensive. It is about a life that is more balanced, that is more harmonious, that is more connected. Another knight. We got the 3 knights on the table now, and knights are action. So 6 of cups with the moon and the Knight of Swords, right? We've got a moon in Virgo towards the end of August, haven't we? So this is our moon, all right? The 6 of Cups is the card of family, nostalgia, connections, memories. You are looking back. Perhaps some of you are moving back to your childhood area that you grew up in. Perhaps you are reconnecting with a family member that perhaps you haven't seen for some time. This is something, it's on the Temperance card, right? So we're bringing balance back to a part of me that I just need to reconnect with, right? Tell me more. Listening to the higher self, allowing the feelings to come up, allowing yourself to not necessarily have all the answers, to go with the flow, to trust the process, to allow it to unfold. And it will unfold, and it will start to unfold really quite quickly. Once the ball starts rolling, it's going to roll quite quickly, because the Knight of Swords is the fastest moving knight in the deck. So we're going to get some communication, we're going to get some contracts or some phone calls or some social media or a text. We're going to get some news, right? The Knight of Swords is taking action without necessarily having all the information, because we've got the moon here, what's hidden. I'm feeling this is all coming up to be clear by the end of August as we step properly into Virgo season. It's coming clear, but there's action needing to be taken. Okay. Now we've got the Sun with the Hermit. It feels for me here, you have really been looking at what you need for yourself in a very clear way. You've spent some time reflecting what's important to me, what lifts me, what brightens me. The Hermit with the Sun is a beautiful combination. The Hermit, of course, is you, Virgo. It's us. It is my light shining my path. Where do I want to go now? Why do I want to go there? How is it meaningful for me? Why is it going to make life better, brighter? Why is it going to lift me into this beautiful sunlight and light everything up? You've done that work to figure that out, and now you're stepping towards it. And the sun is there waiting for you. See, the Hermit is always not a dark energy, but it's I need to just reflect. And for me to reflect, I need that quiet. The Hermit is usually the lights are dimmed, so I can think, I can reflect, I can ponder, right? And then once I've done that pondering, now the sun can come out. Now the sun is the most positive card in the deck. So this shift forward, when we look at all of this then, Virgo, this shift forward is absolutely something that you are wanting. You want this, you're creating this, you're taking the action, you have the strength, you have the new beginning, the Ace of Wands, you have the Temperance here twice. I'm trying to get my balance and my harmony, and I'm healing and I'm restoring. That whatever I'm leaving is bittersweet, whether it's a behavior, a habit. It could be something like, I want to quit smoking and I'm going to miss that cigarette that I used to go outside for, but I know that it's done for me now. It could be something bigger like relocating, new job, leaving a marriage, a relationship. It could be a lifelong dream of, I've always wanted to ... have my own business, move abroad, meet the love of my life, whatever it is for you. We've got the Nine of Cups twice, the wish. We've got the Emperor saying, I'm the Emperor, I can make this happen. We've got three Knights that is pushing the action to make it happen with the strength. We have the High Priestess guiding it. The Moon says you won't have all the answers, but they're going to come clear. It's going to all come out of exactly what you need. And I'm feeling here, I want one more card, that by the time we get to the end of Virgo season at the end of September, this is all done and dusted. Okay, Knight of Wands again. All right, we've got the Knight of Wands here. Now we've got him again. This is you saying, I have to take action where my heart, my power, my passion is leading me. Now, okay, they're just saying the action part with the Knight of Wands can be quite short, right? Quite short span. I need a quick burst to get things going, and then I can ease off. But this quick burst needs to be happening now and at the beginning and at the end. Okay, this burst of energy, remembering that the Knight of Wands is taking action from a powerful place, a confident place, a place of, I can absolutely do this. This is right. Go charging in, get it done. Get it done, Virgo. All right. Let's finish off with an angel message for you. Okay, we have two. The eternal light of love. So you're doing this from a place of love and believe in dreams. Wow. Okay. So the eternal light of love. Allow your heart to guide you. Allow your truth to guide you. I always see this card as by the He-Man, by the power of Grayskull. He's holding that sword above his head and it's going up into his higher self, right? The throat chakra, the third eye, the crown. I'm trusting, I'm communicating the sword of truth, and I am doing this because it's absolutely right. And my higher self is helping me, guiding me. It's very spiritual, number 25, okay? And then we've got 44, master number of homes, security, stability, foundations, believe in dreams. And again, you've got the image of the higher self, all right? The whole self. The whole self, the spirit, the soul, the essence of who you are, with the infinity symbol above. I believe in dreams, my dream, to create my reality, to allow myself to move into the biggest version of who I am. And I am trusting that process. Well done, Virgo. You've got this. Okay. All right, my beautiful people. I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll be back on Friday with the weekly collective, and I'll see you again for another Virgo reading in a few weeks' time. You take care. Lots of love. Bye-bye.